Camille, belle, la moustache et la capuchon. Sito patanilo, mira takatiki puletika. Sito patanilo, mira takatiki puletika. Sito patanilo, mira takatiki puletika. Sito patanilo, mira takatiki takatiki. Sito patanilo, mira takatiki puletika. Sito patanilo, mira takatiki puletika. Sito patanilo, mira takatiki puletika. Camille, belle, la moustache et la capuchon.
What's going on? This is your man John Fortune, your host of the Frustrated Fan Sports Show, and today is Tuesday, and I call it Game Plan Tuesdays. So this is where I come up with a game plan that could possibly beat the Baltimore Ravens. Now, I understand that the Baltimore Ravens are coming off of a big loss on Monday, and to be quite honest, I'm not really sure it. I already said that. I already got us picked. I already picked us to lose, but this is something that I think can be done. I think that the Raging Tide could actually win the game, but we need to sit up there and they need to execute the game plan as well as can be. Now, I will say this. The defense may have to win us this football game because, to be quite honest, there are some things that when it comes to Baltimore's defense, we may struggle. We will struggle a lot. And even the game plan I have developed for this particular defense, a lot of you may not be happy with, especially with what happened last week. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to start with the defensive game plan. On the defensive side of the ball, I personally think that they're going to need to get a spy on Lamar Jackson to make sure that he does not get out of the pocket. We saw what happened with Kyler Murray. Baker Mayfield didn't do much in regards to the game last week, but Kyler Murray was very dangerous against us. Lamar Jackson is faster than both of them. So the fact that we're going up against a very fast quarterback who's known for breaking the pocket and making big runs, we're going to have to find a way to strategize with this guy. So with that being said, one, we're going to need a spy. And we're going to need a guy who's a sure tackler. So there's two guys that I think can be the spy and be the guy who can constantly spy Lamar Jackson and he not outrun them. And this is just my personal opinion. Other people can have a different opinion, but I think this is it. I think that the spy should either be Cameron Curl or Moreland. The reason why I picked those two is because both of them are sure tacklers. Now, Moreland is a little bit faster. Jimmy Moreland is a little bit faster than Cameron Curl, which means Jimmy Moreland would be able to deal with Lamar Jackson's speed. Now, Jimmy Moreland is a bit undersized, but because he's such a sure tackler and he actually gets in there when it comes to tackles, I like Jimmy Moreland to be the spy. Cameron Curl could also be the spy. Will we have that secondary kind of wide open? Yes, we will. But again, this is something that I think we should really take a chance at. In regards to the wide receivers, I do feel that there's a way that we can make the game plan work for us. I will say this. Troy Apke may have to be benched this game. Not because of his gameplay, because he did play okay last week. But we're going to need the cornerbacks out there. So we're going to need Cameron Curl out there. We're going to need Jimmy Moreland out there. We're going to need Fabian Monroe out there. We're going to need Kendall Fuller out there. And, of course, Landon Collins. So, for this particular game, you have to bench Troy Apke to actually put a very adequate spy in the game to help with this. Not only that, with the corners that you would have on the field, you have a better chance of defending Baltimore's receiving threats. Because you're talking about, you got Miles Boykin, of course, Hollywood Brown, Hollywood Brown, right? I think his name is Hollywood Brown, but Marquise Brown. And then you got some of these tight ends that are very dangerous too, along with their third and fourth options. You also have J.K. Dobbins, who played very well on Monday. So to me, I think that this is the best way to defend the Baltimore Ravens. You bring in a spy. You have to bench Troy Apke. You bring in a spy who is a sure tackler. I already said the only two ones that I feel are sure tacklers is in fact Cameron Curl and Jimmy Moreland. I don't want Landon Collins being the spy. He will be outrun. The other two guys, I feel that they have enough speed to keep up with Lamar Jackson, especially if he breaks contain. So that is something we definitely have to do. That has to be done on defense. Now, with the injuries to Matt Ioannidis and also Chase Young, we're not even sure if Chase Young is going to be back. So with that being said, again, I think that this is the best strategy to go with. You use one of your fast cornerbacks and short tackling cornerbacks to spy Lamar Jackson, and you just push up the field. Now on defense. This one is very tricky. Now on offense, I'm sorry. Now on offense, this one is very, very tricky. Now, I know a lot of you will not agree with me on this one, but this is the only strategy that I can come up with. Again, I get that we don't have the skilled players or even the quarterback at this very moment because he didn't play well last week, and he's going up against a very, very tough Baltimore Ravens team. They're going to have to throw the ball. They're going to have to throw the ball, and they're going to have to throw the ball a lot. The reason why I say that is because you cannot run on this Baltimore defense. Period. Unless you have the passing game going. They have two of the best corners when it comes to gameplay and going up against wide receivers. I do feel McLaurin can take a lot of the pressure off. But with that being said, I do like Isaiah Wright. I think he may be a very big factor in this game. Logan Thomas could actually be a factor in this game if he learns to separate. But my only strategy that I have is that they have to throw the ball. They have to come out firing the ball immediately. And I get it. I want y'all to calm down. I get it. He just threw 3 interceptions. He had a very bad game at Cleveland. You may not feel comfortable with this game plan. I get that for some of y'all it may sound stupid. I get it. I understand. I get it. But that's the only way they're going to get outside of this Ravens defense. Now, I will say this. If you guys are okay, if everybody's okay with just losing to Baltimore, because I actually had them losing and I got them losing by a big margin. But if everyone is okay with them losing, then we can just scrap a game plan altogether and basically just forfeit the game. But that would be stupid. So, but again, I get it. I get it. What I just said, I understand. Hell, when I was thinking about the game plan, the first thing I said was, John, that's dumb. He just had one of the worst passing games of his career, of his young career. Why would you want him to throw? We have to let him correct whatever mistakes he had in the last game. Is this the wrong team to possibly do that against? I will say yes. But to possibly win this game, that's the only thing that I can come out with as a solution. Because understand this, Baltimore isn't going to be expecting for Washington to come out firing almost like Kansas City. Even though we don't have the skilled players or the quarterback like Kansas City, but they're not going to be expecting us to come out firing. So I think that what we should definitely do is come out the game and start throwing. Now, again, I want some of y'all to understand. Against Baltimore, they actually did that. They came in the game and they started throwing the ball very early. They need to utilize the screenplay, but we need Dwayne Haskins to be accurate on the screenplay. I think that that's what they should have been focusing on in practice this week, is Dwayne Haskins focusing on throwing the perfect screen pass, because he was off. He was off. But we definitely need to come out firing. And I get it, y'all. I get it. He had one of the worst games, and he's going up against a very stellar defense. But I'm going to be honest, we're not going to be able to run the ball against this team. Period. Like, there's no way we're going to be able to run the ball on this team at all. And because of that, we're going to have to throw the ball. So again, on defense, they need a spy. They should use Jimmy Moreland or Cameron Curl to be the spy. You have to bench Troy Apke for this game plan to work. Next, you need to sit up there on offense and come out firing. Again, I know he had a bad game, but again, that's the only strategy I have, because again, we're not running the ball on Baltimore at all. They shut down run games, and they have the guy Williams that sits in the middle, who's like, I think they said he was 336 pounds. He's a monster, and he's stuffing gaps. So I just feel that at this point, that's our best option. Y'all tell me what y'all think, because to me, again, like I said, I just think this is the best game plan. But if y'all don't, and y'all think that there's a better game plan, you can just let me know. But I just feel this is the game plan that's going to work to help us possibly win the game, even though I don't feel that we will win. But it's the best game plan when it comes to strategy to get Baltimore off their tracks, and at the same time slow Lamar Jackson down enough that even with that, you'll be able to sit up there and kind of get their running game away from everything, because you know, I think our defensive line can crash down, but they will definitely need some help with containing Lamar Jackson. This is your man John Fortune, and this has been the Frustrated Fan Sports Show.